ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another episode. It's a lot really going on out here in the social media world. Let me put on my glasses because we want to respond. You know, Safari, he came out with a remix of the WAP record about he got a big peen. He released that. It was good. So I'm going to play it on, I'm probably going to play that record on station if I can. But he actually released the record, right? And were remixed to WAP, talking about his big, his big pain and how big it is. He talked about it exclusively about how people are on OnlyFans looking at it, paying for it, etc. So I'm having a good time listening to that record. So that was going on. Then now Cardi B is responding to, we're going to get into that as well, but let me get into this piece. Amber Guyger is filing an appeal because she was the one that went into Betham's John apartment and killed him. Now she's filing an appeal with the courts, and everybody can remember the family all just one of the brother, hugging Amber Guyger. Then you have the daddy talking about he would love to be friends with Amber Guyger one day. So all of this stuff. That was going on during that trial, but she had filed an appeal with the court to get her conviction overturned, and so they are definitely doing that. And it's an article by the Atlanta Black Star. This is what it say: Betham John's sister issued strong rebukes. Amber Guyger disrespectful appeal to throw out murder conviction. She took his life. So this is the article. It said attorneys for Amber Guyger, the former Dallas police officer who was found guilty of murdering Betham John in 2018, has filed an appeal against the conviction. In the appeal filed August 4th, attorneys argue that the evidence submitted to the courts does not prove beyond reasonable doubt that Guyger committed murder. Her attorneys are seeking to have Guyger either fully acquitted of all charges or acquitted of murder and charged with a lesser crime, criminally negligent homicide. On September 6, 2018, Guyger killed 26-year-old Betham John as an unarmed black man sat on his couch in an apartment eating ice cream. The former officer had just returned to her apartment building at the conclusion of a 13-hour shift and said she entered John's apartment accidentally. Guyger claimed she believed John was an intruder and fired twice, shooting him fatally in the heart. In October 2018, Guyger was found guilty of murder, sentenced to 10 years in prison for killing Betham John. Her attorneys are now appealing the decision, claiming that when Guyger was confused about the floor she was on at the time of the shooting, Betham John's apartment was on the fourth floor, directly above Guyger's third floor apartment. That forms that bias of appeal, as stated in their brief. And this is a quote: Guyger formed a reasonable belief about a matter of fact that she entered her apartment and there was an intruder inside, and two, her mistaken belief negate the for murder because although she intentionally and knowingly caused John's death, she had the right to act in deadly force and self-defense, since her belief that deadly force was immediately necessary was reasonable under the circumstances. The appeal state that Guyger realized that she was not in her own apartment only after shooting Betham John. Her mistake belief negate the capability for murder because although she intentionally and knowingly caused John's death, she had the right to act in deadly force in self-defense, since her belief that deadly force was immediately necessary was reasonable under the circumstances, the attorney argued in the appeal. The lawyers attributes of the fact that Guyger overlooked obvious identifiers that indicate she was entering the wrong apartment to begin confusion. The key lock to enter Betham John's apartment blinked red when Guyger attempted to open it with the incorrect key. Because it was left slightly open, she was able to enter the apartment. Betham John's youngest brother created a national stir for his expression of forgiveness towards Amber Guyger after her sentences. This is what the brother said to Amber Guyger during in the courtroom. I love you just like anyone else, and I'm not going to hope you rot and die. Betham John told Guyger, I personally want the best for you. I wasn't going to say this in front of my family. I didn't even want you to go to jail, he said before hugging her in the courtroom. On social media, many people express anger and frustration over the appeal. I really am not surprised Emma Guyger is appealing her conviction. She really doesn't think she did anything wrong when she murdered in cold blood Betham John. This is why I have a huge problem with them forgiving and hugging her. You cannot have forgiveness with repentance, wrote one person on Twitter. Another person wrote on Twitter, Amber Guyger got 10 years for killing a black man in his own apartment. Yet some protesters could face life in prison for some red paint and smashing some windows. It shows how effed up our judicial system is. Another person on Twitter said, how ex-cop Amber Guyger is still trying to appeal her conviction for murdering Beth John in his own apartment by saying that John made her feel for her life, even though she was the one who broke in and was the one who had the gun. The Fort Worth Star Telegram is reporting that other Bethel John family members are not nearly as forgiving as Guyger as the younger brother. Bethel John's sister, Alicia, said Guyger appeal is disrespectful and that the court should have sentenced her to life or murdering her brother. Bethel John was doing nothing wrong on the day he was murdered. Finally said Bethel John was sitting in his own apartment, minding his own business. She said, I felt like she received a slap on the wrist for taking my brother's life. Finally said, this tells me that she feels like she didn't do anything wrong. She did not step on my brother's toe. She took his life. Bethel John was a native of St. Lucia and an accountant and alumni of Harding's University. If Guyger is charged with criminal negligence homicide, she will face a maximum of 10 years and be eligible for probation. So we hear all of that, and I think Amber Guyger is trash for filing an appeal, but I'm not shocked. But I think she's trash because sis only got 10 years in prison. Okay, you only got 10 years in prison. You're going to get you a book deal. This probably going to end up in a movie, etc. So for you to try to go and file an appeal, you're trash. Okay? Trash as a woman. The brother was trash for getting up out his seat, hugging her, talking about, will you forgive me? I love you. That was trash. It was. Now, I'm not trying... Somebody with some wisdom would have said, don't you hug her because that's trashy to do. I understand that you want to do that later when she's serving her 10 years. Then you could ask for forgive all that, but not in the courtroom. Also, too, the father was trash. We're talking about maybe one day I want to be friends with Amber Guyger. No, baby. You don't need to be friends with somebody that took your son's life. Sit down. Sit down. There's nowhere in the world, if the roles were reversed, 10 years, people, just a decade for taking somebody else's life. You went into the wrong apartment, you pulled out your weapon, and you shot him and you killed him, didn't even administer CPR. And another witness, Joshua Brown, and we was at Joshua Brown visual when that happened. We went to Joshua Brown visual. He was shot and killed. And that to me was sketchy, that some people came and he bought some marijuana for some folks in Louisiana and a bad deal happened in the parking lot. I still don't believe that. I still don't believe that it was a drug deal. I believe it was set up. He was killed because his testimony was one of the key testimonies during that trial. He was one of the key testimonies doing that because he lived in the same building as Bethel John. So I'm seeing y'all comments. I don't believe that sis should have got 10 years. I've definitely given the judge a side eye because she got her hind part from the bench and went on and gave her a Bible in a hood. She needs to have several seats as well. I'm giving her the side eye. All through that, you saw a lot of the black folks in that power of position, up there going through the lady. Looked like she was calm, massaging her hair. It was a lot of butt licking, tap dancing in front of them white folks instead of them throwing the book and having to just that. If that was the worlds were reversed, nowhere in the world there'd have been curling his hair. They wouldn't have been Talk about, I forgive you. If the world's leave, they want to be asking no bathroom job for no apology. Give them a hug, and the judge doggone will not be giving them that holy Bible. They will be throwing the book at them. Ain't nowhere in the world the judge would have came down and gave that a hug. Oh, and he gave a Bible. No way. So for 10 years, I personally believe that was too low. I don't think that was right. And the family, some parts of the family did a little bit too much with that forgiveness talk. I understand it, but sometimes you need consequences for your actions. Okay? Consequences for your actions. In 10 years, that was too little for that. And when I looked at that and I said, she is filing her appeal. I knew she was going to, everybody should have known that she's going to file an appeal. Anytime that you got a murder conviction, most people in America, you have a right to file an appeal. But for her to try to get it overturned and try to get negligence homicide, listen, ma'am, you're not even going to serve the full 10 years, probably a couple of years of good behavior that you can serve, and you're going to be released. It ain't like you're going to be serving every single day in prison for 10 years. No, you're going to be serving probably about 6, maybe 7 years, and the rest you get out for good behavior. So it's not even like you're going to be serving the full 10-year term. This is the first, and forgiveness is later. Yes, first and forgiveness later. Yes, I think I think consequences need to be in order first, then forgiveness second. So if anybody want to call in and give their opinion, y'all are more than welcome to do so. But don't forget, we will be live on Station Head. Let me put that in. That'll be tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, most of y'all's East Coast, that'll be 10 o'clock if you're on the East Coast.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, yo. Finish on.
All right. So, in other news, Kylie Jenner, Cardi B. Kylie Jenner, Cardi B is defending her in the WAP video. Did y'all see that, Kylie? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see Kylie Jenner? It's being defended by Cardi B because it have been a whole, I would say, a petition set forward to get Kylie out of the video, to get her ex out of the video, and Cardi B is defending her. So let me read this on CNN. Give me a second. Let me read this on CNN. So on CNN is reporting that Cardi B defended Kylie Jenner WAP cameo, but there's history behind the anger. This is CNN. Kylie Jenner cameo in the music video for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion new hit WAP has sparked enough backlash that a petition to have her removed have garnered thousands of signatures and motivated Cardi B to defend her. But the issue goes behind Jenner strolling in a sexy outfit. The Change.org petition calling for Jenner's scene to be erased from WAP video reads, the video was perfect until we saw K and I wanted to throw my phone. The roof writer Daniela Young perhaps better summarize the frustration some Black women felt seeing Jenner, a white woman, in a video that seemed to celebrate Black women owning their sexuality. Young tweeted a clip of singer Naomi fiercely dancing in WAP video writing, Naomi did all this and Kylie walked down the hall and opened the door. If this not the perfect visual indication of Black women have to do the most and white women do the bare minimum to get somewhere, I don't know what is. This is another quote. Okay, that was a quote that was a Young tweeted. Then Cardi B responded in a series of deleted tweets, writing, "Not everything is about race." Okay, Cardi, you don't start. Everything is not about race, but let's read what Cardi B. This is Cardi speaking probably without her publicist. This is another quote from Cardi. Why did I put Kylie on my music video? She treated my sister and daughter so lovely at her kid birthday party. Cardi B tweeted, adding that her husband, rapper Offset, is close with rapper Travis Scott, the father of Jenner's daughter, Stormi. CNN had reached out to reps from Jenner and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion for additional comment. There has been a long swimming anger among some African Americans who have complained that the women in Kardashian/Jenner family have often appropriated Black culture to benefit their varieties brand. Pepsi famously pulled a commercial that features sister Jenner handing an officer a can of soda during a protest in 2017 as it accused of appropriating the Black Lives Matter movement. Kim Kardashian West was slammed the same year for appearing with dark skin on the cover of Interview magazine when she channeled the classic look of former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. Darkening one's skin for fashion purposes or social media has come to be known as backfishing, a play on catfishing, on which a person pretends to be someone they are not. Kardashian West also sparked backlash for wearing her hair in braids to the 2018 MTV Video Music Awards. 2004, Caitlyn Jenner posted a photo on Instagram, entrepreneur and woman of color, Heather Sanders, wearing blue hair. So they went and gave you a history of all of what the Jenners and the Kardashians have been doing to take away or to suck away from, the Black culture. And I agree with, I'm seeing CNN reporting. Do I believe Kylie Jenner? I hope I said it right. I said Caitlyn. Kylie Jenner should been on there. No, I don't agree that she should have been in that video. Absolutely not. She was not needed. It was unnecessary. But I guess they want the Jenners to be in there for the shock factor. Now, me as a commentator, she wasn't needed. But as a point of making this video grow and being a successful person, making, get clicks and views on CNN, people on the news talking about it, as well as people on social media, I think it was what it was meant for. It's actually happening, which is international press, international news for this. So I guess for us just having this conversation days after this video, that's why they picked the Jenner to be in there, for people to talk about it. That's why they picked her. They picked her to capitalize. They used her for clicks and views and for people to talk about it to this day. So when it was like they did it for, the culture, they did it to, it's just typical culture vulture. They could have had Halle Berry to walk the runway. They could have had so many Black Tyra Banks, so many Black models. They could have had Eve to walk the runway. So many beautiful people. Hell, they could have had Jordan Woods. They could have had what was that? Tori Harvey, whatever her. They could have had her. It's so many women. They could have had so many women could have walked that runway outside of it just being a white woman of privilege that go and culture vote and suck out our culture for their own good. Get their lips filled in with their own good. You see all of that. And so many people so many Black, beautiful women that could have been in that video, but no, they put Jenner in there because for clicks and views. They did it for the video to go viral. She should have she could have had anybody. She could have had Kim, any successful, Black woman would have been great to walk down there, or an unknown model. But they did it for clicks and views. Cardi B haven't released music in about 9 months. Nobody was checking for Cardi B music-wise. Everybody was checking for the Megans, for the Nicki Minaj. Nobody was really checking for Cardi B in music. So she had to go big or go home. And the video, to me, the lyrics was lukewarm, but the impact, because some conservative people was judging the song, did not like the song, they were trashing the song. So even Roland Martin came out and defending Megan Thee Stallion and was saying like, why are y'all saying this? We can go all the way back to Tupac. Then he went on back to Ludacris. Then he went to so many other artists, so many male artists, even Prince, that had made some videos that were sexist videos. So why, when women does it, it's a big problem. He even talked about it on Roland Martin Unfiltered, and you rarely hear Roland talk about celebrity gossip, music, trending news on Roland Martin Unfiltered. You rarely hear that brother talk about stuff of substance like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, or any of these women on Roland Martin Unfiltered. You rarely hear that. You don't hear him talking about that. So obviously with this video, that even made him feel the need to make a comment about, you know, celebrity gossip, meaning Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, etc. So they did what was right. People are talking about it to this day, and everybody's having a conversation. Now the number is 646-716-8447. Again, 646-716-8447. If you want to call in, that is the number. Also, too, I will be live on Stationhead. If you have an iPhone, make sure you download Stationhead and you will be able to listen.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Stationhead every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Stationhead today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Stationhead.
Let's do it, yo. Finish on.
Now the video was off the chain. The lyrics, I wasn't all the way on it with Cardi. I think Megan did a better job, but me listening to the explicit version over and over, I'm actually loving the song. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for the super chat. When I downloaded, how does it work? How do I listen? When you download Stationhead, click on the link and you will see our show, and you can follow The Wiley Show. Just type in The Wiley Show and you will see us. Or you click on the link directly. When you click on the link directly, once you download it, it will take you directly to the episode that we have it on tonight. It will open it up, and then it will just take you right to the app. And it will say, open this page to Stationhead, click open, and you will be live on the Wiley. You will click live there. You will be able to listen, okay? All right? So that's what that is. Okay. Let me say it again. Once you click on the link, it will take you directly there. So click on that link. It will take you directly there. Let's go to the phone lines. 0548. Caller, you on the air.
Hello.
Hey, you're live on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Wiley, it's me, Tarisha. I'm one of your fans.
Thank you.
I want to comment on that at Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
And the reason why I had an issue with her in the video was because Black women are always the one being trendsetters. We started a lot of culture. We even started a lot of trends for white women and either other activities in this culture to pick up. She gets plastic surgery. She gets to look a whole different look, but she ethnic. Why can't Black women have something just for them? Why do we need white women to be a platform to come up in the rap industry? And further being the rap game about Black men disrespecting Black women, that what Roland Jenner had somebody say, Roland Martin or whoever he was or something, that had nothing to do with the fact that it was still a part of Black culture. When you bring white women or any other ethnicity, it's okay. But when it's all on us, it's an issue. I do not promote anything that the Kardashians do. I support Black. I'm Black, and I will continue to support. I do not also promote people, and this for Black people too, that's cooning. I do not support Black people that stand up for white people, and they be the very same white people that call us nappy heads, niggas, Negroes, and then think we boys. I'm not supporting none of that. As for Cardi B, that is a true statement. Anything that she does is for clout. I lost all kind of respect for her for putting that white woman in it. That was out of order. That was out of order because she could have had anybody, any Black woman, to walk that runway. All of that is for clout. And obviously she's not making enough money. Obviously she needs to get her views and her click to make her come up, but she shouldn't have had her. Because that's also a thing make other white women think I'm still above the black woman and you need me to make you look like something. No.
I feel on that. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for calling in.
You too, Wiley. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, the number is 646-716-8447. What do you have to say? Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
First, I want to talk about the Amber Guyger situation. Amber Guyger is a whole fool for trying to appeal her conviction and try to get out early. But here's the problem with that. By the family essentially giving her forgiveness, like you said, the brother, he came out and he said that he didn't want her to go to jail. The dad said he wanted to be her friend, and so on and so forth. They made her feel like, okay, look, you don't want me in jail, so then why do they now have a problem with her appealing her conviction? I mean, they were so forgiving to her in that moment, which made absolutely no freaking sense. Yo, she broke into his house. She murdered him. She killed him. Okay? And then the judge, on top of that, didn't make it no better with the freaking, this is a black woman. She didn't make it no better with the Bible and giving this girl a hug. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're so sympathetic to these white people when they commit crimes, but then they throw the book at a black person that will commit possibly the same crime or something that's even less. And you got black people sitting in jail for the rest of their life when you letting these white folks out. You know what I'm saying? So I have a problem with her trying to appeal, trying to file an appeal to get her conviction overturned because she took somebody's life. And it wasn't like as if he did something to her. She broke into his house. She murdered him. They tried to figure out a way to cover it up, and she took his life. She deserved 10 plus years. She deserved more than that. She really got a slap on the wrist. But the family really needs to do a lot of soul searching because the way they handled that case, the way they were so forgiving, and then for the guy to come and testify that actually sealed the deal with her being convicted, for him to get murdered, like a week or so later, after however long later after the trial, and you really don't even hear too much about his case, and nobody really speak on it. It just blows me. Now, with the Cardi B stuff, the Cardi B and Kylie, I have a question for black women. My question for black women is, do you all consider Cardi B as black? Because if you don't consider Cardi B as black, then why do you have an issue with Kylie Jenner being in the video?
That's a good question.
Do you understand? That's the part.
Well, I consider her black. I consider her of the African bloodline.
Black. Okay. For me, Cardi B is black. I consider her as being black. Me too. She was raised in the hood. She was born in the hood. She pretty much bred the same culture that we essentially endured. She endured the same traumas and the same effects. She lived in the ghetto, basically. So for me, I consider Cardi B as black. However, there are a lot of black women that do not consider her to be black. But those are the same black women that have a problem with Kylie Jenner being in the video. So if you don't consider Cardi B to be black, why do you have an issue with Kylie Jenner being in the video? Make that make sense.
I feel you on that.
That's pretty much what I had to say. I mean, I feel like Cardi B, she could have had somebody else. She could have done a Rihanna. She could have had somebody. A Rihanna would have blew it, okay? Because, having Rihanna walk that runway and strut because everybody's been looking for music from Rihanna, just having her make that cameo would have blew the sockets off. You get what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, the video was good. I like both Cardi B and Meg. I feel like they did their thing. There's a lot of people that have an issue with the whole context of wet A and all this other type of stuff. But, I mean, at the end of the day, sex is not killing people. I mean, unless somebody have an STD or something. You get what I'm saying? You have a lot of rappers that's rapping about guns, drugs, all this other type of stuff. And before they focus on these women and them talking about their sexuality and embracing their sexuality, because men have been making money off of promoting sex and talking about dogs and women and about women sucking them and doing all this other type of stuff for years. So now you have women trying to take control back and take the power back of, embracing their sexuality, and people have an issue with it. For men, like you spoke earlier about the CeeLo Green, I need CeeLo to talk to the men that is promoting violence, that's talking about guns, that's talking about drugs, that's talking about all of this other type of stuff in their music videos and in their songs. Get the men in order first. And once you get the men in order, then if you want to now direct some of that attention to the women, then. But until you get the men in order, don't come for them women. Let them women live.
Absolutely. And CeeLo can't get nobody together because he did settle out of court for putting something in somebody's drink, if I'm not mistaken. And then also he has some songs that has some racy type of lyrics that can be criticized. But to the Amber Guyger piece, yes, not all the family members was having that forgiveness spirit, but the brother did what he did. I just think the family should have stopped him from doing that piece. And also, I think they should have stopped the father from speaking to the press, talking about, hey, I want to be friends with Amber Guyger. But in the piece of the Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion,
the family should have had an issue with the judge, which you didn't hear anything.
Absolutely.
The family should have had an issue with the judge, with what the judge did in the midst of a trial.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because someone did lose their life. Joshua Brown did lose his life. I'm trying to get more facts on that, to get updated on that case, because he was one of the main witnesses. I think a key witness into that trial. He did not want to do it. He was forced to do it. He went to California. They tracked him down in California, told him he had to do it, or they'll put a warrant out for his arrest.
Mm-hmm.
So he did not.
Yeah, they harassed him to testify.
He did not want to testify because you're testifying against officers. So, and he's not here to this day.
And he had been threatened.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had been threatened leading up to the trial. Yep.
Right. And the people around it was like, oh, he's looking different. He was strange. He was sad. He was always looking over the shoulder. It was very frightening because when you're testifying against a police department, your life is in danger. And he's not here to tell his story. And this is why I tell people, this is why some folks don't like to testify when you turn with the police, because it's dangerous. It is really dangerous. You're putting your life on the line. And I still don't know why he wasn't having protective custody or some type of security around him during that point. So I literally was down emotionally once I found out that he was killed. And of course, and we live streamed.
Yeah, me too.
His it's kind of like, they had a whole visual for him. So, but this issue and the problem with women doing music is not new. I think Kim went through this as well when she was coming out with her racy lyrics and she was doing that, and they were trying to come at her. So, but again, if the man can do it, so can the women. And if you don't like the music, don't listen to it.
And see, that's the thing, because even when you look at music history, right, when you go date back, right, Uncle Luke is the one that initially put Pop That and all those racy lyrics into context, because remember, he fought for that. He went to the Capitol because they had banned his music in the United States, and he fought for music to be able to, for people to be able to be expressive in music. If you go back and you research the history of Luke and the 2 Live Crew, their music was banned because it was so racy, so raunchy. They were talking about pop that, pop, 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 and all this other type of stuff. Their music had got banned in the United States, and they had to fight that. They took that all the way up to the head to fight it for people to be able to be expressive on music, because for some reason they were trying to ban that in rock and rap, but you heard racy lyrics and rock and all these other different genres of music. But for the hip hop, they were trying to ban that. And he fought for that, for people to be able to be expressive, for women to be half naked in videos, because they wouldn't even play his videos. Because I read up on it. They wouldn't even play his videos because his videos were so raunchy. He even had shows late night where you see women eating each other out and all type of stuff. Like, times have completely changed. But the stuff that they used to do back then is different from the stuff right now. But what I'm saying is that if these men can talk about, women sucking this and they want girl on girl action and pee this and pee that and drugs and all this other type of stuff, then why can't these women embrace their sexuality?
Let me go to this another call. Thank you for calling in. 2735, Carly on air. All right. just hang on, call. They be calling in, hanging up, calling in. So when you call in, just hang on. So for those two callers that was calling, call back in and we'll bring you on the air. All you got to do is be patient and we will get to each caller, okay? All right. So don't forget, we'll be live on station here tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're on the Central, that's 9 o'clock. I can't wait to talk to y'all over there.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, yo. Turn this on.
All right. So for anybody that's going to call in, give your opinion. The number is 646-716-8447. I really want to hear from women and see what do you have to say about their whole entire deal, about how how Megan is being called out. Did you agree with the song, WAP? Did you like the song? How did you feel about it? Did you allow your teenagers, girls, to listen to the record? Call in. The number is 646-716-8447. I want to thank the callers that do call in and have the courage enough to hear their voice. I know a lot of people be shy and nervous. You can call in anonymous as well. Also, I want to give a special shout out for people that were donating today. God bless you. Thank you for those that 2 viewers that sent in a personal check. I want to thank you for that donation. And one left me a note, and they just told me to keep going on, don't stop. Another person sent me a check and said, you encourage me every day during this pandemic. And I didn't even know that a lot of my viewers are like working from home. And so we are entertaining people while they're at home. And so thank you. One person said, you irritate me on my conference calls when, I do the conference call. I could just tune into the Wiley Show and they be asking what he be watching. So thank you so much for that. I didn't even know people can even send a personal check, but they can. So thank you for that. And it goes back into the platform, whether it's the expenses or whether it's doing that. Also, too, I want to say this because I'm seeing this across my screen. Joe Biden, vice president announcement is expected this week. So he's expected to give his VP announcement this week. I know I donated to his campaign on yesterday. I definitely endorse Joe Biden to be president. I'm definitely publicly endorsing him, and I also donated as well. So I think Rice, Harris, and Whitmer is like the top 3. You see Duckworth, you see Bash, you see Warren. Also, too, I see it on the screen. This is on CNN. We see who is that? Is that Miss Adams? Stacey Abrams, I'm sorry, is another one. So sometime this week, he's going to be electing or selecting a VP choice. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Yes, how you doing, Wiley?
I'm doing all right. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, I was just calling. I like the song. Can't find nothing really wrong with it.
I like it too. I prefer Megan first.
And Wiley.
Go ahead.
Right. And Wiley, the thing is, you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
So that was one of the house, that used to be a house song. And a lot of the females that's complaining or want to act like they fake woke are really out here going for a little nothing. So they really just trying to tell them, it's wrong to do it and not be married. But if you're going to go out here, have sex, and get a WAP, then get something from it. It's wrong either way it goes. But most people complaining about Cardi bringing in Kylie. She brought in other females. Then they said she should have brought in Jordan. But let's not use a double standard. Jordan was trending for showing her butt, but nobody said anything about that. They didn't say she was wrong for showing her butt on the internet and trending #1. So, you can't pick and choose who you want to fight against. You know what I mean? Because we have to be fair.
Thank you so much.
And all these
Go ahead, sister.
All right, bye.
You want to finish?
No, I was gonna say, what I was gonna say is, all those women have Black men, and their kids are biracial, so they have a right to to be in videos, rap videos, because that's what their husband and men are part of.
I see a point. I didn't even look at that. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
All right, you have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Wow, I didn't even see that point. 9603, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey, go ahead, sister.
Hi. I just wanted to say that it's not about picking and choosing. I just wanted to let everyone know, culture vulture. I mean, the Kardashians and the Jenners have a history of that. That's the only reason. Cardi and Meghan could have done it on their own, or brought out somebody who doesn't have that track record. The Kardashians and the Jenners have that. I mean, look what the track record. That's all equality all around, right? But at the same time, you have to look into the history of everyone. So I'm very passionate about this, and I hear people in my life that are from the Kardashians and the Jenners world, and they speak crap about us. So to see the video and to see her doing better than Cardi and Meghan, it's just ridiculous. That's all I had to say.
I feel you on that. Thank you so much for calling in. And it's good to hear the women, having their opinion about the situation. I think that's exciting to hear, and I think it's refreshing to hear. Some people is for it, some people against it. I know I had some moderators that was totally against it, did not see it for the Jennifer on there. Some did. But I do suggest, if you can call in, who would you have liked to see in the video? Me personally, I would love to see somebody like a Tyra Banks or Naomi Campbell or Halle Berry, or even someone brought it up. I would love, it would have probably broke the internet if Rihanna was in the video. So I think that would have been a good piece. So let me read some of y'all comments. Lucia, they say, hey, I'm looking right here, Jonah White. Yes, that's why we can't leave it at that, at entertainment. If she had another white woman, the mask would have found a reason to complain. Y'all are bugging tonight. I don't care who Cardi B having her videos or song was good. Only listen to stuff for entertainment purposes only. If I don't like it, find something to do. No one is forced to listen. Say, hey, Wiley, hey. They said, thanks for the support. Thank you. Only part I like about is there are some olds in this house. They said Wiley with this topic old school. They said y'all gotta listen to Lucia Bogan and you'll see black women being nasty in their songs. Thank me later. Oh my gosh. I said I can't believe I always say what even Ray Charles had some nasty songs back in the day they want to stop. Anonymous, you live in the air.
Hey, Wiley. I just wanted to call back and get a point across. The lady just called. She stated that the Kardashians are culture vultures, which is accurate. I agree with that. But this goes back again to black women. Black women feel like Cardi B is a culture vulture because there's black women that don't feel like Cardi B is black. Even though, again, I said I do feel like she's black. Now, my other statement is that, do you think that these black celebrities, men and women, from your Nicki Minaj to your Jay-Z to your Lil Wayne to your Cardi B to your Megan Thee Stallion to your Eminem, do you think that these celebrities would be as successful as they are and as they have been had there not have been white supporters of their music? Have you been to any of their concerts? I went to a Nicki Minaj concert, okay? She had a concert. And when I tell you the audience was predominantly white and Hispanic women in the audience, okay? There were black women there too. There were black girls, and these white women, they had their kids there with pink wigs on and green wigs on and a whole bunch of different type of color wigs on. So when you talking about black, you want to be inclusive or you want to be, by yourself in the island by yourself, because let's remember, these black artists are being supported by a multitude of different people from different races and different walks of life. It's not just Black people that is supporting these Black artists. So that's all I wanted to say.
And another piece, I just think people wanted a Black woman, and this is why it's so important for Joe Biden to pick a Black woman to be his VP choice, because it does matter. Race people want Black women to be represented in all forms of life. That's why it's a lot of pressure on the Biden campaign to pick a Black woman, and people are releasing letters every day. And they're like, listen.
I agree with that. I agree that we definitely that's why I think the more representation.
Right. Even with this video, I think people are in the spirit of, we want to see us reflected, and not seeing a white woman yet again being lackluster, just walking. Then you get Naomi, somebody else dancing until their feet bleed, barely get that type of recognition. Then Ms. Jenner gets just by walking and opening up the door.
Normani got the recognition that she was that they allowed it for her to get the recognition for. They gave her a space to show her dancing capabilities. But again, it was a music video that was just talking about women and the power of the piece. And I don't see anything wrong with her having Kardashian. Am I a Kardashian fan? Absolutely not. I do think that they are culture vultures. I don't like a lot of the things that they do. However, I'm not going to harp on the fact that Kylie Jenner made a cameo in it, when I see a lot of Black women tearing Cardi B down already, saying that she's not Black, she's a culture vulture, this and the other. So if you feel like that, then why do you have an issue with her having this white woman in her video? And do you not know that these Black artists are mainly supported by white people? Go to a Travis Scott concert. Again, go to a Nicki Minaj concert. Why do you think a Nicki Minaj concert didn't sell as much? The majority of Nicki Minaj supporters are white people that go to her.
This piece.
When I'm telling you, I went to the concert, and it was predominantly white women with their children at the concert.
2637, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley, I'm sorry. I need to talk for the Black woman, because I don't know about your last caller, but she's not a Black woman, and she obviously not raising Black daughters. Let me explain something to the last caller. The reason why representation matters is because every time Black women say anything, and I mean anything, and my name is Marlena Smith, please look me up in your comment section if that's available. I swear to God, every comment I make, it doesn't matter if it's Wiley channel or somebody that got 2 million supporters. The same fucking thing happens. Women of other cultures come in this comment section and they want to center themselves. You cannot center yourself around Black women issues if you're not a Black woman. The reason why I like Wiley is because he takes himself out the equation. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to identify with something, and if he can't identify, he knows how to okay, let me not go too hard. So I don't think the last caller was a Black woman. I think if she was a Black woman, okay, I'm glad you're here. No, then be quiet like you was before. If you are a Black woman,
be quiet. Don't be rude.
Okay, I won't be rude. I'm not going to be rude no more.
I am. I acknowledge what you were asking, and I said I am.
No, okay, Miss, I let you talk all the time, and you didn't say.
Okay, you didn't even know I was on the phone, sweetie.
I didn't know you was here, and when I recognized you was here, I stopped.
You did not know if I was Black. So I acknowledge you, and I said, yes, I am Black. You do not tell me to be quiet, and you do not tell me to shut up. Now, if you want to finish, I will be quiet so that you can finish your conversation.
This is not your show, Miss. Let's not get out of it.
It doesn't have to be my show, but you're not going to be rude to me, because I wasn't rude to you.
Okay, I'm not going to be rude to you. Like you're talking over me because you don't want me to state my point, because you know
Sweetie,
you're guilty about what I'm about to say.
You have to say. I just acknowledged that I was a Black woman. It's simple. You don't have to tell me to be quiet. You don't have to tell me to be quiet. You have respect, and I'm going to give you that same respect.
What more respect can I give than be quiet?
You don't have to tell me to be quiet. I'm an adult, just like you're an adult. I just acknowledged that I was on the phone and that I am black. That's what I said. You said you didn't think that I was black.
Me and she's being quiet.
Yes, I am.
Like she was trying to do.
Go ahead
your mother did a
so I can
bad
finish
job
hearing
on
your
you.
conversation. So your mom did a bad job on you, sweetie.
I'll call back, Wiley, because I'm not going to deal with this fucking troll. Anyway.
Okay, we get one at a time. 2637. Your point was
I'm
this.
Hang up.
What was
You're
your
not going to get an audience with me.
2637. You had a point that you
Wiley,
were making.
You can mute her. I can hang up and call back.
Oh, 1 second. Let me let 2637 finish her point, and I'm gonna bring you back on Anonymous. But you was making a point. What was your point?
Thank you, Wiley. Like I say, now she couldn't be a black woman. You know what kind of black woman that is? That's a pick-me. A pick-me woman is somebody that disregards their own interests and the interests of others. And what I'm trying to say to you is this. Black women have not had an issue with nobody. And people have the issue with Cardi, and it's just like black women are recognizing a lot of things about themselves. They're doing a good thing about self-love, self-hair care, a lot of things. Like I said, please Google my name if it's possible on YouTube. I don't clout chase, but I have been in these YouTube streets. And any major, like your top black women, I have under the comment section, and I always get a lot of conversation under my comment section. And what seems to be the problem is other women come into the comment section and they'll be like, oh, well, they should have did this and they should have did that to make us feel comfortable. And if black women got the same type of acknowledgement on the other people's cultures, comment sections, including black men, we would not be going through this. So we're not going to sit here and play the semantics games, whether, oh, I do this and I do that. Listen, I have a man in my life. Even before I got to the sexual stage where I seen men in a sexual, I know I was straight, obviously, but even when it got to, before it got to the stage of sexual, black men in my life have always been protective of me. I have never felt the need to go out my way to discredit myself and my feelings just to get approval of black men. So I would like, before you even, Wiley, as a bisexual man, which most people will see as gay, just take a poll of people. Do you know your daddy? Was he in your life? Because some people like to say, I'm married. And I've had me, like Pizarro. She said, I'm married. And then the next set, she was begging me for needs for her children. Can you cash at me? I cannot. I swear to God, Wiley, I've been in your fans for many, many years. I cannot ask somebody to cash at me nothing because it will affect my real life. Because my kids, I have two fathers, but yeah, both of my kids' father will have a real life problem with me asking somebody for money on behalf of their children. It won't happen. I will be banned. I will get taken to court. It's a lot of things that go into that. So motherhood and womanhood represents a lot. I'm not knocking nobody for how they get their money. But at the end of the day, let's not act like this doesn't affect black women in the long run. And Cardi B is not a black woman supporter. She has never been. She came on the scene calling black women children roaches. And I'm from New York City, born and raised in Harlem. But I moved to the Bronx. My first apartment was in the Bronx. And you know what? Afro-Latinas, Cardi B wouldn't consider herself Afro-Latina. That may be because of her hair. That goes to my further point. They love to see anything negative about themselves. Cardi B sees her hair as negative because it does the grows long and it's thick and whatever the case may be. But a lot of Afro-Latinas that have the skin color, they deal with a lot. And they automatically side with whatever they culture wants. People don't respect black women until they get under the fire, and then all of a sudden they want to claim their black side. Cardi B has the men black. She makes fun of black people. Cardi B is not accepted by the Latino community, and I'm not even talking about Spanish because that's white. I'm talking about Latino community. They don't endorse Cardi because of her message. Why are Black women doing it? I'm not surprised by her endorsing Kylie, the one person who just showed up. And that's what basically white women feel they have to do. They feel like they just need to show up, walk down the aisle in all their gloriness, and any Black women suffer low self-esteem is going to rah for that. I done cut plenty of Black family members off for that stupid ass situation because I don't want that feeding into my 1-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So she can go back off mute and I'm about to hang up. But Wiley, at the end of the day, don't be letting these new, I know you want new subscribers. We don't want new dummies. Bye.
Bye-bye, sister. Wow. And this is why donations is key, because we allow the callers to speak. After this commercial break, we will be back live with some more callers. So the callers that were hanging up, call back. We allow you on the air.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, yo. Send this on.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is The Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
All right, 9603, caller, you on the air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you clear. Go ahead, sister.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to lose the message
Yes.
behind this. There's so many beautiful, talented African American women out here. We are in vast numbers. So the reason I've called before, I'm calling again because I want the focus to be on the culture vulture piece. There's nothing in between that. She's in the video, and there's so many women that could be taking her place. And to be honest with you, I'm in the world where I hear things, and the way we were represented as Black women is terrible. You know, why should we, you know, to have a trophy piece like that? That's what she is, you know. And we're beautiful. We can get down with the get down. I mean, I just don't get it. Maybe you can enlighten me. I'm very passionate about this because in the area that I'm in, I see a lot of things, and people dog us out as Black women. And I'm tired of hearing the monkey phrases. I'm tired of us being held down. You know, we're good for one thing. It's so many different things. So this is my passion. I'll continue with it. I know there's other things to worry about in the world, but as Black women, we're made little of. I don't know. And I'm a huge fan. You know, I love you. I love you a lot, Wiley. Keep doing what you're doing.
Love you. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for calling in. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. Anonymous, you live, you back on, sister. Anything you want to say after all of that was being discussed on the air?
No, I'm not going to be disrespectful. Not to the last caller, but the caller before that sounded like she was intoxicated. I really didn't know everything that she was saying because she just kind of sounded all over the place. In respect to the last caller, like, I get it as far as like the whole culture vulture thing. I understand her stance on it. Again, I still stand by my initial point. Like, if Black people don't consider Cardi B as being Black, then there should be no issue with the Kylie Jenner gracing the video with her presence. I'm not a Kardashian fan. I do think that they are culture vultures. I do think they do a lot of things to emulate Black people as far as getting all of these surgeries and doing all these types of things, and they deal with Black men. I 100% agree with that. Now, I think that caller, the one that was a little bit rude, I think what she was trying to say as far as like the whole WAP, and they felt like it was promoting sex or H-ing or, you know what I mean, hoeing, you know, I don't know what words you can say on here, or sleeping around or whatever the case may be. I didn't get that from that. At the end of the day, like if you get in an argument with a dude, he gonna call you a B or H anyways. So I don't think that that's what they were that's what they were giving off by having, you know, that as there's some in this house. I don't think that. I think that they were just embracing their sexuality. I mean, and I don't see why they couldn't, because men have been putting women out there for years. And then here's another thing, right? Cardi B and the City Girls did the twerk video, right? There was a lot of people that had an issue with that video because all Black women were in there twerking. So that was an issue. So with an issue with a video with all Black women in there twerking and embracing their sexuality, and now you have another video where now she has a white woman walking through, and there's still an issue with it. So it just don't make any sense. I think people will find anything as it relates to Cardi B, because people talk about sex, people talk about, you know, the vagina and music, both men and women, and have been doing so for years. But for some reason,
even Safari
everything is picked apart when it comes to her.
Even Safari, let's get into it. I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm going to read some of these tweets. With Safari is actually trending on Twitter. And they said, oh, Safari's a whole A fool for this one, but get the coin, boo. I'm with it. Somebody said, I like, let me get the top tweet. Somebody said Safari would not be selling essential coconut body oils or OnlyFans if he wrote for Nicki Minaj, just to be real. Then somebody said Safari literally just started mimicking Nicki Rags, mounted the lyrics after they broke up and thought he wrote for her. The man finesse y'all. I'm just reading different thing. They said Safari rapping about his pen. I want to Safari rapping about his pen, promoting his pen on OnlyFans. So I'm seeing all of these comments about Safari. Not one person from the conservatives or anybody that was criticizing Megan or Cardi are criticizing Safari. Somebody else tweeted Safari is 40 and his only personality traits are his pen and being Jamaican. So, but I have not seen that one post that said, oh my gosh, why is he doing this at the age of 40? Why is he making all of these nasty lyrics? I'm scrolling and scrolling. I don't see not one tweet. So he's actually trending right now on Twitter. And some people is actually tweeting me right now saying, why did you speak on the Ra Ali piece? Well, really quickly, let me go to the station head commercial really quickly. And then we were talking about Wiley coming for the Ra Ali spot. So you call it, you can stay on that piece for that as well. Let me get to the square deal. We'll get into that. My last topic for today.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, yo. Send this home.
So tonight we'll be live on Station Head at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. on the East Coast. I do want to remember that we are going for the Riley spot. I believe she's number 3 or 2 on there. We want to bump that because last but not least, we done that before. Our audience took her from that top 10 spot. So that is what we're trying to do. I already know we're going to make some videos about us and going to talk about that, but that is fine. I remember we bumped Riley from the spot. So we want to try to go for that spot again. We want to be the number 2 or probably the number 1 spot for this week on Station Here. We're seeing new people actually are in the top 10 that we rarely didn't see. Of course, we see Millie been bumped down to number 3, Riley number 4. So we are trying our best to bump her from her spot to be number 1. And how is that possible? Get on your iPhone and you can download it on your iPhones right now. Station Head. If you have an Android, it's a link for you to listen to on your desktop computer. So we're looking forward to that. Will you be listening to the show tonight on Station Head? Do you have access to an iPhone?
Yes, Wiley. I'll definitely be listening to the show tonight on Station Head.
Yes.
I'll
So,
definitely be listening to the show on Station Head. Okay,
yeah.
I'll definitely support you, throw my support around you. I mean, I love you. I love you. I love you. You know, everything that you bring to the show. Like you're not one sided. Like you bring different topics, different different opinions, and you have your kiki and your fun moments. So,
Yes.
man, listen, I want to see you win. So, and to all my Black sisters out there, I want to see you all win, and I want to see women win in general, no matter your race or your ethnicity. Like, I just want to see women win. It's time for women to take over the game. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's all I got to say,
This
Wiley.
is the time for women.
I don't want to be fighting with nobody.
This is the time for it. And then sometimes you argue, sometimes we fuss, we fight. That goes for the show. Emotions do be high when it comes to talking about a very controversial subject like this matter. But I think everybody is having this conversation all over social media. You rarely see a video other than Beyonce didn't even garner this much media attention than Cardi B, than Megan Thee Stallion, garnered, and we're still talking about WAP to this day. So that'll let you know the impact and the planning with the video actually came through. Somebody planned it right, put the right people in the video, and look where they're at now. They're actually how many views they got on YouTube?
63 million views already on YouTube in
3 days. 63 million, and that
they
is
still number one
powerful
in music on YouTube.
Right, that is powerful for people that is, doing a video, right? Nicki didn't garner this much attention like that of an impact and having that type of conversation. A big place in this is for having those cameo, because that was so controversial in the video. And as well, Cardi B, they took advantage of going live on YouTube. She rarely went live on YouTube. And then they premiered the video as well, so on YouTube,
exactly.
So people can watch it live. Not too many artists have done that, what Cardi B did, and then they both came together, top-notch quality. Cardi B was live on her YouTube, as well as Megan was on that as well. Then you see Megan Thee Stallion, she went live on her Instagram and she talked about it, and then it was that petition that garnered some success. So with the live with Cardi B, that video got over 1 million views, 1.9 million.
And think about the exposure that she gave to the other women that was on there. Like the other women that's on the rise, the mulattoes, the Sukianas, you get the Ruby Rose, the other women that are on the rise, that haven't hit mainstream. Just think about, the exposure that she gave to them. Like, even if you go check their Instagram, like their followings have went up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody that you've seen, that I have seen in hip hop, to do that and to bring the up and coming artists and put them out there. Just even though they didn't rap or do anything, but just for them to even make a little cameo being in the video, it garnered more attention to them and to their page. You get me? And it garnered, more of an audience to possibly listen to their music. Because if you never heard of them and you've seen them in the video, you're like, oh, let me Google, who is this? Okay. And then she's posting them on her page too. So she's still giving them promo and promotion. And of course, her song, but they didn't rap. So she's still giving them promo by posting them on her page individually and tagging them so that people can go follow them or go check out their music. So I think it's really dope. I don't have anything negative to say. I just want to see, all the women win and come together. Stop bickering and just come together.
I mean, too, 100%. I want to see the win, and by seeing the win, we have to continue to garner that support. And it's okay to have conversation when you do something that disagree. That is the beauty of America. When you have something, we have conversation and we have debate. And that's another reason. If people ain't talking about WAP, you ain't popping. So they talked about WAP. People talked about it. I don't watch television like that. I don't even know if The View talked about WAP. But even with that being said, the conversation is happening. Megan is doing really good right now, and also Cardi B. It was a beautiful business decision. Whoever came up with that decision was a great business decision to come up with that. So I wish them all the best. I even wish the Jenners the best too, right? I'm not gonna come at them too hard because again, they was asked to be in the video. It wasn't like she just popped up to the video set talking about, I'm going to be on this video whether you want me on this video or not. Someone it probably was Cardi B that said, yes, come on the video. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So it ain't like she just pulled up and just got up on there. So with that being,
it's either that or maybe she asked to make a cameo. I mean, we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know. Yeah, but what we do know, she was in the video.
Right.
She was,
and there's a lot of controversy behind it.
And a lot of people, is definitely a lot of controversy behind it. They say yes, it's to disagree, just a conversation. Producer, stop taking it so serious. They said this was a great business move. Seemed like the only way for them to make money right now. Bills due. People are home now a lot due to Rona, so people don't have other option. The sales are going to go up, right? And they don't have the money to. They don't have the money to do a concert. That money is not coming in because you can't do concerts now unless you do a virtual concert and have people to pay a fee. Fantasia did that, and she didn't get a lot of press for that. I don't know if y'all remember that. Fantasia, you already got Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's going to do a virtual concert, live stream concert, and he got paid over a couple of $1 million for that deal. And so eventually you're going to see a lot of people do at home concerts, either streaming on Amazon Music, gonna make a deal. You're gonna see some people do concerts, they're gonna exclusively shop it to Netflix. So that's gonna happen. And if you're smart,
I just want to see how if those that's doing that, like how well they do, because it's nothing like an in-person type of concert. Like just sitting, I mean, you can go and watch a person YouTube videos or music videos and listen to their song like in your headset, but actually being there, getting that concert type of experience is different. I mean, watching it on TV, it's just like watching a football game on TV versus going to the actual game. It's a different experience.
Right, but they do have those virtual headsets but everybody don't have a pair. I think like an artist should have that in the price where they ship out those virtual headsets and have a concert like that way. You get it like that, but it's nowhere near having it where you could be in the same room, in the same space. But until we get like that, if you want to make your money, that is the best way to try to get to that virtual place. Try to tap into that online market, because it may be a couple of years until we're able to get back in a concert, together as a group. It's going to be a while before we're able to do so.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. But anyways, Wiley, I don't want to hold you.
Well, thank you, sister, for calling in.
Nice talking to you. Okay. Have a good night.
All right, good night.
All
They
right.
said black women are not winning because we are constantly judged. We see as videos, what the others see as exotic. Fine women, make that make sense. I have an Apple device, just don't like. I love my Android. Guess I'll see you the link. Cardi has plenty of only Spanish songs. One of them have the message she does for Black audience. I'm not gonna play with my young Black queens of the Afro Latino who pretend that darker you are, the worse my country would treat you. I don't like concerts and the introvert and it be too many people around. They said YP getting on her right behind. I saw to each his own, but it's not for me and my boys. Africa is the only continent. Look up my Spanish speaking country. Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying, seeing what everybody's saying out there in the comments. All right, thank you so much for leaving a comment. Oh wow, let me see right here. Let me go and play this commercial. We'll be right back.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, yo. Send it on.
Let me see if you're going to download And we see that he download station head. Let me see that he download his station head. Oh, we got done in a good amount of time too. We got done in a great amount of time. Let me see that he downloaded. Oh, he probably live. Let me see. Oh, I hope he download station head. Yes. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go over to station and start this show. Thank you all so very much. You know I love my skin too. Thank y'all to Shay's Creations. My skin is definitely doing good. Okay, look at good brown skin. So we will be live on Station Head after this video. We'll be right over there. So let me see how many people went over there. Some people is already tuned into shows over here. I'm seeing a couple of folks that are already tuned into shows over here. They say I'll be back on the 10th. Oh, that was Blue Skies. I see Blue Skies went over there. So let me see. Thank you to Zena. Let me tag her. Hey, she was over there today. So when you come over, let me know. Okay. All right. Shout out to my top listeners, Lady T0334. Also, Debbie B and RIC Rico 2 times. Shout out to my three top listeners on there. Shout out to That Way. Also, we see Armin Brown here now. We see the guests. We see Mo listeners. So we see all of y'all there. So I can't wait to see y'all on over here. So when you come through, let me know and I'll give you a shout out really quickly. Also, too, we'll be live streaming on Patreon as well. So, so this is the time. If you need the link, if you have an iPhone, you don't have an iPhone, you can stream us on Station Head. I'm sorry, on StreamYard if you want to see it. But I prefer because we trying to be in the number one spot. Okay, we're trying to get there. We need your streams matter. Okay, make sure you click on there. We see Clara0419. She's in Station Head right now. Look at her. Hey, let me say hey to you. Let me follow you. Let me say hey. I'm on Station Head right now. Saying hey to the people that's already in the comments. Shout out to Spicy. She's over there. So when you come over there, you'll definitely see it. So I can't wait to see y'all over there. And then I got a special guest that's coming as well. So I can just do my opening. Let me see. I'm a special guest. I'm supposed to have a special guest coming as well. Who is that sending me a message over here? Somebody sent me a message. Let me see what this is all about. Okay. Oh, somebody sent me a flashback of Cardi B. Flashback Cardi B on using the N-word and Mexicans using the N-word. Latinos are mixed with African. Okay, she did that interview back in 2017 with Vlad TV. Yes, so I'm looking. They said, Leah, give me a silent shout out as an Android supporter. I'm coming, Wiley. I'm not so fascinated. Y'all really mad because okay. All right. So let me post the thing in here one more time. And we're gonna start station. We're gonna go on Station here. So let me do it. Thank you to Neen Neen. She tuned in. So I'm gonna drop the link one more time. We're going over there to Station Head. And I want to thank everybody for tuning into this show. So I'm going to drop it again. Okay. There we go. There you go. All right. It'll get easier because then I'll just probably go live tomorrow on Station as well because make people get on that. Okay. All right. Whew. It was fun. Till next time, I will see y'all on Station Head. Peace. See y'all on Station Head.